Hi, I'm Nick Ortiz. I'm a board-certified disability attorney, and today I want to talk to you about the key pieces of evidence that an insurance company will use against you in a long-term disability claim. First is video surveillance. They don't always conduct video surveillance, but in some cases, the insurance company will hire a private investigator to follow you around and record your activities, because what they want to show is that your activity shown on the video is inconsistent with your allegations in your claim and inconsistent with your medical records and anything that your doctor may say about you. What I'm also going to do today is try to tell you some additional things that you may do to try to counteract some of this evidence. So with respect to surveillance video, the main thing that you're going to want to do is if the insurance company discloses to you that they've conducted surveillance, then what you want to do is request a copy of the surveillance video. It's your right to take a look at it and determine, first of all, if it's you in the video. Because if it's not you in the video depicted, then you want to be able to notify the insurance company that that's not you, and therefore that evidence cannot and should not be used against you. The next piece of evidence that's used against a lot of claimants is social media. So we obviously live in a day and age of Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. Those are probably the key ones. And the insurance companies know this. And they know that virtually everyone's on social media. So you can rest assured that the insurance company is checking out your social media profiles. And LinkedIn, that's another one, because LinkedIn might actually, if you put on there that you're self-employed in some capacity after you've stopped working, then that type of evidence could be used against you too. But on Facebook, what we see is if you show that you're going to your children's baseball games, going to the beach, going to the water park, if you're doing activities and you're showing pictures of you and your family out there, then you can rest assured that that information will be used against you. They'll say that it shows activity that's materially inconsistent with your disabilities. Now, in terms of what you can do about it, first of all, you need to check your privacy settings. Most people don't even realize that their privacy settings are set to public and that anyone, including an insurance company, can gain access to it. Second, you should be really aware of just what you're posting. I am not here to tell you to delete your old postings. That would be spoliation of evidence, and that could be used against you. So you should not go and delete everything you've done, and I'm not encouraging you to do that. But what I am encouraging you to do is be wary of what you're posting in the future, because even if you have your privacy settings set to just friends and family, I just recently learned from a recent conference that it doesn't take much for an insurance company to have someone friend one of your friends, and they can have kind of backdoor access to pictures that are posted and your profile because they're a friend of a friend. And we have found that that is the main technique that's being used, and that's the main, even if you're set to private, how these insurance companies are getting access to your profile. So even if it's set to private, you really have to be careful about what you're posting. Next, I want to talk about the independent medical exam. As you can see from some of our other materials that we write about and post about, we really don't consider these to be so independent because we don't think the doctor that the insurance companies hired to conduct these exams is independent. We prefer to call them compulsory medical exams because you're required to undergo them, but they're really not that independent. But nevertheless, the insurance company will send you to a doctor, and this doctor's report will typically say, I don't think that their problems are as bad as they say. And therefore, the person could probably work in some sort of sedentary or a desk job or in a light duty capacity that you can work. So what you want to do, first of all, is if you're going to an exam, you're going to know because you're the one attending, but you're going to want to request a copy of the report so that you can then take that report to your doctor and ask your doctor to give some rebuttal or response to that report. So that's one of the key things that you can do, is always request a copy of the report. The next thing that you should keep in mind is that a technique that the insurance company will use is they will take that report, they'll send it to your doctor, and they'll have a cover letter that says, Doctor, do you agree with our, encloses a copy of the independent medical exam report. Do you agree with it? If so, just initial here. However, if you disagree, then we want you to explain in great detail all the reasons why you disagree. We want you to be aware of this because we want you to warn your doctors of the fact that they will be getting correspondence from the insurance company, and that you should encourage your doctors to be really careful about their response. Because here's the deal. If going back to those two responses that they can give, what's the easy out? The easy out is just to initial and sign and return it that he agrees with it. But if he does that, now you've got your own doctor agreeing with their doctor, and that will definitely be used against you in your case. And that's horrible for your case if your doctor agrees with their doctor. But it's easiest to do because all they gotta do is initial and return it. What's the more difficult path? The more difficult path is to explain in great detail all the reasons why you disagree with it. That means that the doctor has to break down the report, they have to explain the different parts that they disagree with, why they disagree with it, which may require going back into your medical records and things like that. So it is the more difficult path to take. It's more time consuming. We know that the doctors are not big fans, honestly, of doing that type of thing, but you should really encourage your doctor that if they're going to respond to it, that they should really go over it with you and or really take the time to break it down, and they should seriously consider whether or not they really agree with it. We've even had some cases where the doctor indicated afterwards that they had checked the box that they agree with it, but they misread it. They thought that what they were signing was that they don't agree with it. So you really want to make sure the doctor understands what they're signing as well. But that's another thing that's oftentimes used against you as your own doctor. We're familiar with this type of evidence that's used against you because we've handled dozens of long-term disability claims and denials, and so we know the different types of techniques that the insurance company is using to deny your claims. But we also know the different techniques that can be used to try to help you win your case and get your benefits reinstated. And if they continue to deny you, to take the insurance company to court. So if you want to talk to an experienced long-term disability attorney about your case, then please give us a call at 850-308-7833. And if you want more information about the long-term disability process, then I encourage you to download a free copy of a book that I wrote called The Top 10 Mistakes That Will Destroy Your Long-Term Disability Claim, which I'm making available to you for download at www.freeltdbook.com. Give us a visit. We look forward to hearing from you.